Welcome to Sicily, an island where history comes alive. We are journeying to two fascinating places, Syracuse and Pantalica. Syracuse, a historic port city, boasts ancient ruins and a vibrant culture. Pantalica, nestled in a rugged landscape, hides an ancient necropolis. Syracuse, on Sicily's southeastern coast, was once a powerful Greek city-state. Pantalica, about an hour's drive inland, is a testament to even earlier civilizations. Both sites are UNESCO World Heritage sites, recognized for their universal value. So, get ready to soak up the Mediterranean sun and delve into the captivating history of Syracuse and Pantalica. Our journey takes us back to 734 BC. Greek settlers, sailing from Corinth, arrived on Sicily's shores. They founded Syracuse, a city destined for greatness. The city's strategic location and fertile land made it a prize in the Mediterranean. Syracuse grew in power and wealth. Legend tells us the nymph Arethusa transformed herself into a spring here. This spring, still flowing today, symbolizes Syracuse's enduring spirit. The city thrived as a center of trade, art, and philosophy. Let us now step into Syracuse's historical heart, starting with its grand theater. Syracuse quickly became a major power in the Mediterranean. Its navy ruled the seas, protecting its trade routes and expanding its influence. The city's wealth grew, reflected in its magnificent buildings and monuments. Syracuse was a beacon of Greek culture, attracting artists, poets, and philosophers. One of the most famous Syracusans was the mathematician and inventor Archimedes. His inventions, like the Archimedes screw, were ahead of their time. The Punic Wars, a series of conflicts between Rome and Carthage, engulfed Syracuse. Despite the wars, Syracuse continued to flourish intellectually. The philosopher Plato visited Syracuse several times, hoping to influence its rulers. He believed that philosopher kings were the ideal leaders. Dionysius the Elder, a powerful tyrant, expanded Syracuse's territory and strengthened its defenses. He also patronized the arts, attracting famous playwrights like Aeschylus to his court. The Greek theater of Syracuse, still standing today, hosted some of the greatest works of Greek drama. However, Dionysius's rule was also marked by brutality and paranoia. The Roman Republic, expanding its power across the Mediterranean, eventually clashed with Syracuse. The siege of Syracuse, during the Second Punic War, was a pivotal moment in the city's history. The Romans, led by the general Marcellus, laid siege to the city. Despite the ingenious defenses devised by Archimedes, Syracuse fell to the Romans in 212 BC. Legend has it that Archimedes was killed by a Roman soldier, despite orders to spare his life. Although conquered, Syracuse remained an important city under Roman rule. The city's Roman legacy is still visible today in its ruins and artifacts. Our exploration of Syracuse begins with its crown jewel, the Greek theater. Carved into the hillside, this theater is a testament to Syracuse's golden age. Imagine the roar of the crowd, the drama unfolding on stage. It's like stepping back in time. The theater's acoustics are incredible. Even today, performances here are magical. From comedies to tragedies, the Greek theater hosted the works of legendary playwrights. Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides. Their words once echoed through these very stones. Close your eyes and listen. Can you hear the echoes of ancient actors reciting lines that have resonated through centuries? The theater is more than just a historical relic. It's a vibrant cultural hub. Each summer, the Greek Theatre Festival brings classic plays back to life. From the heights of the Greek theatre, we descend into the heart of Syracuse, Ortygia Island. This island, once the center of the ancient city, is a fascinating blend of Greek, Roman, and medieval influences. Here, we find the Cathedral of Syracuse, a testament to the city's layered history. This grand cathedral stands on the site of a former temple dedicated to Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. The temple's Doric columns were incorporated into the cathedral's structure. Look closely, and you can still see them within the cathedral walls. The cathedral's history reflects the changing religious landscape of Syracuse and the Mediterranean world. Our journey through Syracuse wouldn't be complete without a visit to the Fountain of Arethusa. Tucked away in a corner of Ortygia Island, this freshwater spring is shrouded in myth and legend. Legend has it that Arethusa, a nymph fleeing from the river god Alpheus, was transformed into a spring by the goddess Artemis. The fountain, with its cascading water and lush papyrus plants, is an oasis of tranquility in the bustling city. Take a moment to sit by the water's edge, listen to the gentle flow, and imagine the nymph Arethusa finding refuge in this very spot. The fountain has been a source of inspiration for poets and artists for centuries. Its beauty and mythical associations make it a truly special place. The Fountain of Arethusa is a reminder that even in the heart of a historic city, nature finds a way to thrive. Let's leave the bustling city behind and venture into the rugged interior of Sicily. Our destination is Pantalica, a hidden gem tucked away in a remote plateau. As we drive, the landscape transforms. Rolling hills give way to dramatic gorges, carved by the Anapo River over millennia. This rugged terrain was once a refuge for the ancient Sicilians, who sought protection from invaders. The road winds through olive groves and vineyards, offering glimpses of the changing landscape. As we approach Pantalica, the plateau looms large, its cliffs honeycombed with caves. Get ready to step back in time as we explore this remarkable archaeological site. Pantalica wasn't just a refuge, it was a city of the dead. This plateau is home to one of the largest and most impressive necropolises in Europe. Over 5,000 tombs are carved into the limestone cliffs, a testament to the ancient civilizations that once thrived here. Imagine the effort it took to create these tombs, chiseling away at the rock with primitive tools. These tombs, dating back to the 13th century BC, house the remains of Pantalica's inhabitants. Archaeologists have uncovered pottery, weapons, and other artifacts within these tombs. These objects provide valuable insights into the lives and beliefs of the people who lived here over 3,000 years ago. The tombs of Pantalica are more than just holes in the rock. They come in various shapes and sizes, reflecting the social status and beliefs of the deceased. Some are simple oval chambers, while others are more elaborate, with multiple rooms and doorways. Notice the circular tombs, cut deep into the rock. These are thought to be the oldest, dating back to the earliest periods of habitation at Pantalica. Look for the decorative elements carved into some of the tombs. You might spot geometric patterns, spirals, or even animal figures. The tombs of Pantalica are not just a testament to death, but also a celebration of life. They remind us that even in death, humans have always sought to create lasting memorials. Imagine yourself stepping back in time, trekking through the rugged landscape that leads to Pantalica. The air is alive with the scent of wild herbs, a symphony of buzzing insects, and the distant call of a shepherd. As you ascend the plateau, the air grows still, the silence broken only by the wind whispering through the caves. These tombs, carved into the limestone cliffs, have stood for centuries, silent witnesses to the passage of time. Each tomb represents a life lived, a story whispered on the wind. As you approach the necropolis, you're struck by the sheer number of tombs. They honeycomb the cliff face, stretching as far as the eye can see. These tombs weren't just burial places, they were labors of love, testaments to the enduring bond between the living and the dead. The tombs of Pantalica aren't uniform in design. Some are simple, single-chambered spaces, while others are more elaborate, with multiple rooms connected by corridors. These differences likely reflect the social standing of the deceased, their families investing more time and resources in creating grander tombs for prominent individuals. Look closely at the entrances to some of the tombs. You might notice carved lintels, some adorned with simple geometric patterns or spirals. Some tombs feature benches carved into the walls, places where mourners could gather, perhaps leaving offerings for their loved ones. The tombs of Pantalica are more than just burial places. They're portals into the past, offering glimpses into the lives, beliefs, and rituals of a civilization long gone. Archaeologists have uncovered a wealth of artifacts within the tombs of Pantalica, providing valuable insights into the burial practices of these ancient people. Pottery, weapons, and jewelry were often buried alongside the deceased, perhaps to accompany them on their journey to the afterlife. The presence of these grave goods suggests a belief in an afterlife, a realm where the deceased would need provisions and possessions. The types of objects found within the tombs vary, offering clues about the roles and status of the individuals buried there. Some scholars believe that the orientation of the tombs, many facing east towards the rising sun, holds symbolic significance. The tombs of Pantalica are like pieces of a giant puzzle, each discovery shedding more light on the mysteries of the past. Pantalica is a place where the veil between the past and present feels thin, allowing us to connect with the echoes of those who came before. While Syracuse flourished as a Greek powerhouse, Pantalica, tucked away in the Sicilian interior, seems a world apart. But don't be fooled by the distance. These two sites, separated by time and terrain, are woven together by invisible threads of history. Remember those Greek settlers who founded Syracuse in 734 BC? They weren't the first to call Sicily home. The people of Pantalica, centuries earlier, had already established their presence on the island. Their culture, though less documented than the Greeks, played a part in shaping the Sicilian landscape. It's likely that trade routes connected these two communities. Syracuse, with its bustling port, would have been a hub for goods flowing in and out of Sicily. Pantalica, rich in natural resources, may have contributed to this trade, supplying the growing city with essential materials. The tombs of Pantalica, with their varied designs and contents, offer tantalizing clues about the cultural exchange that may have taken place. Some scholars believe they detect subtle Greek influences in the later tombs, suggesting a blending of traditions. For instance, the use of geometric patterns and spirals, while present in earlier tombs, becomes more pronounced in later periods, perhaps reflecting the adoption of Greek artistic motifs. Similarly, the discovery of Greek pottery shards within some tombs hints at trade and interaction between the two communities. The influence wasn't one-sided. The Greeks, known for their adaptability, likely incorporated elements of indigenous Sicilian culture into their own practices. This blending of traditions, evident in various aspects of Syracusan art and architecture, enriches the tapestry of Sicilian history. As you stand among the ruins of Syracuse, gazing at the Greek theatre or the Fountain of Arethusa, remember that these magnificent structures stand upon a foundation built by earlier civilizations. The legacy of Pantalica, though less visible, whispers in the wind, reminding us that history is a tapestry woven from countless threads. As we conclude our journey, remember the echoes of history whispering in the ancient stones of Syracuse and Pantalica. From the grandeur of the Greek theatre to the hushed serenity of the Pantalica necropolis, we've witnessed the ebb and flow of civilizations. Syracuse, with its majestic ruins and vibrant culture, reminds us of the power of human endeavor. Pantalica, a silent sentinel in the Sicilian heartland, speaks to the mysteries of life and death. These two remarkable sites, linked by history, offer a glimpse into the island's rich tapestry. Sicily awaits, ready to share its stories and captivate your imagination.